Alright, hey y'all, hey, what's going on YouTube? Uh, see how this looks real quick. Alright, hey y'all, that should be good right there. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Um, Today we're gonna be talking about different life experience. So you guys can comment different life experiences that you may have had, and I'm gonna talk about some of mine. So like basically like pivotal points that happened in my life. So right here on the screen, y'all see a man and a woman kissing. What does that make y'all think about? A relationship. So man, my first relationship, well, that I thought was real or whatever, because obviously I'm not in it anymore, was I was in middle school. Well, all right, listen. I don't count this as a relationship like a real one, but I was in one. So yeah, basically, y'all, I was in middle school, and at the time, like, I was like 12, 13, stuff like that. Yeah, 12, 13. Hey, Jasmeet, what's going on, man? I missed you, man. Hey, babe. Missed you, Jasmeet. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, Jasmeet, right now we talking about like different life experiences we may have had. Like, if you have a question, you can put it down below. If you have a statement about some kind of experience that you had in your life or whatever, you can put it down below. Today's stream is a little different. So yeah, back to it. I was in middle school, and her name was Denasia, and she was fine, man. And I actually talked to her like a couple years ago, just seeing how she's doing or whatever. But so yeah, of course, man. Yeah, I will. Sure. No problem at all. Yeah, I'll react to it. But yeah, yeah, she was fine, back then and everything in middle school or whatever. And so my whole thing was that I always like white girls, but when I met her, it changed for me. So I can't even lie, she was a little nasty, freaky stuff like that or whatever. But I don't know, man. I was just young, and so I remember I got her Snap, and then I had this $20 Walmart phone, and I asked her a number, and I wasn't about to give her my phone. Be like, putting a number on this little $20 phone. I wasn't gonna do that. So, uh, I wound up getting hers. Then we texted later and everything. Da da da. The next day comes around. I'm like, yeah, I like this girl or whatever. So I wound up like asking her out, not in person though, over text. So I asked her out over text, and I'm like, will you be mine? Da da da. And so we wound up dating for a little bit. So every time my dad would like see my phone laying down or see me get like a phone call, her contact name on my phone was my world and all of that. And yeah, everybody always laughed at that. and now I laugh at it myself because it was a ridiculous way of thinking, but it was an experience. So basically, how we separated was because, long story short, I had gotten robbed. So because I had gotten robbed, I had gotten pulled out of school, and I wound up being homeschooled, and she wanted an in-person boyfriend or whatever. But yeah, so to tell y'all about how I got robbed, right? So it really happened like 2 times, but I didn't know. So basically, I'm at home. I am at home, okay, relaxing. Just I was on Twitter at the time, on Instagram or something, and this this text message came up on my Twitter from this guy named Malik. And me and Malik, we was friends and stuff like that at the time, and he was cool. I thought he was cool at the time or whatever. But he texted me, he was like, "Hey man, you wanna walk with me to the shoppers to get a snack or whatever?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll definitely walk to shoppers or whatever." We weren't at school that day because it was the weekend. It was like a Sunday. And so I asked my mom, I was like, "Hey mom, alright, so I'm gonna go get ready, and I was seeing if I could go with him to get a snack from the store, walk to shoppers real quick." She was like, "Okay." And but my dad, he was kind of skeptical about it, like, who just randomly, asked that, but yeah, he was on edge about it, which he was right actually. So I wind up I wind up putting on my clothes. I go outside. I'm waiting outside in front of where I live or whatever. I text him like, "Where you at?" He said, "Oh, I'm almost there." I walk to him, I see him, dap him up. We keep walking or whatever. And so in this neighborhood, you know how you have a gazebo in some neighborhoods or whatever. So to get to the gazebo, you have to walk left and go all the way down the path or whatever. And it's like a wooded area kind of, but it was kept. It was nicely kept or whatever. So we walking, and straight ahead I'm looking at shoppers, like we walking or whatever. I'm like, yeah, wonder what snack I'm gonna get, just relaxing with my friend, man, having a good time. So then he got on like this fanny pack, and he's like, hey bro, you mind if I roll up real quick? At the time, I honestly didn't know what that meant. I was like, in my mind, I was like, huh? And so I was like, no, I don't mind, man. I don't mind. Because I don't do that stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. So yeah, he was like, okay, let's go over here so nobody don't see or whatever. So I went over there while he did his thing or whatever. He said, uh, hey man, I gotta pee real quick. I said, okay. Like, yeah, go ahead. Go pee. Do what you need to do in my mind. And so there's a bench. I sit down on the bench. He goes to use the bathroom behind me this way in the woods. So I'm sitting on the bench. I'm on my phone. I don't know if y'all remember that game, but Slither.io was on mobile, PC, stuff like that. So yeah, I was on my phone playing Slither.io, and I had my head like, I wasn't playing like this. Who does that? I was playing with my head down and just on my phone. So I'm just sitting there, and he's like behind me, and he was like, hey, bro, don't turn around while I'm peeing. And I was like, okay, but it's like, no, duh. Like, why would I be looking at you while you're going to pee? I like, what, boy? What are you saying? So I don't know why, but like that went right over my head at the time. So I was just playing the Slither.io or whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And so I'm playing, and my head's down, and I feel this boom hit me on my right side. And I'm like it didn't knock me out or whatever. It didn't hurt or nothing. Like, honestly, he hit me. Someone hit me as hard as they could, but it didn't really bother me. So hit me. I put down my Slither.io. I jerk my head back. I'm like, and then I stand up. I'm like, what? what's up? And so it's this random dude that hit me, and the guy that was supposed to be my friend was standing right there with him, man. Right there with him, and he was like, huh. Like, he was acting surprised, but really he was laughing or whatever, because I guess the plan was knock him out, take his stuff, and then act like it never happened or whatever, which was ridiculous. So I got up, and then since the plan failed, the dude that's supposed to be my friend, he winds up fake fighting the dude, and the dude that hit me runs off like up the hill, up the trail, and then dude that's supposed to be my friend winds up following him. So I'm standing there, I got my phone in my hand, and I'm just like, what in the world? So I wind up getting out the wooded area, go up the trail or whatever, and then I walk back home. Oh, mom, dad, somebody tried to hit me while I was there. I told them a story, and they said it was fishy. So it really was fishy. Like, yeah, for real. They really do be everywhere. So basically, uh, after that happened, right? This was the first time. The second time was crazy. So me and this dude, we talked about it when we got in school. I was like, man, somebody tried to knock me out, da da da. Everybody was dapping me up, like, oh yeah, Jaheed, da da da. And the whole time, I did not know he was playing uh, a wolf in a sheep's coat. I did not know he was playing that. So one day, I get off the bus, right? And he didn't show up at school that day. Like, usually we'll walk to school together, or we get on the bus together, sit in the back or whatever. But he didn't show up that day. And so he hadn't showed up for a little while. I was like, okay. So I get off the bus, and in the middle of where I was living at the time, there was a gazebo spot in the middle of all the apartments and all of that. So my house was to the left of that gazebo, and then you had to make a little quick right, and you could get inside the house. So I get off the bus. I'm walking down the path towards the gazebo, about to make my left turn. So I'm walking. I'm on the phone with this dude. He was my best friend back then. I was on the phone with him, and I had in my Apple headphones or whatever, the wired ones back then, because they didn't have the AirPods. But yeah, I had those in. I was walking, talking to him, cracking up, laughing, just talking to him. And when I make the left turn, I heard leaves bristle behind me, but it was quick. It was like it was so fast, man. Like, right? So I'm just walking. I hear that sound. I don't even have time to turn around. I hear the sound, and before you know it, I'm literally swept up off my feet. Like, grabbed the back of my legs, right? And somehow was able to carry me all the way to the dirt and slam me down, right? And then this person, which y'all should already know who it is, decides to be like, oh, run your S word, da, da, da. Run this, run your pockets, run this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, chill. Because at the time, I didn't know if they had a gun or a knife, but it was something in his pocket that was poking out and pointing at me. So I was like, okay, chill. So I had an iPhone. And, everybody knew before that I had the $20 Walmart phone. And I had just gotten this phone, which is crazy. So I give him the phone because, man, honestly, if someone's doing something to you, rob you, etc., give them whatever they want. Don't let them take your life, though. So I give him my phone. Boom. It's two dudes. It was later I found out it was the same rando that hit me that time when we were walking, and it was the guy that was supposed to be my friend, man. So One is taking my phone, the other one is trying to wiggle off my shoes. I had these $190 Jordans on because I don't know. I played into the stereotype back then in school. You know how you easily influence or whatever. I wanted the Jordans, I wanted this, I wanted that. So I had the $190 Jordans on, and he was trying to wiggle them off. So I kicked him. I was like, "Man, I'm not letting you take these." Like, I don't know, something rose up in me. So I kicked them off, and then he took my phone, and then they were just like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." So where I took the left turn at, they ran right back up that way, and then ran all the way around the gates to a different complex just to hide, right? So I don't have my phone. I'm like, I need to call the police. I need to do something or whatever. Boom. So um I have my key on me. Thank God they didn't take my key. I get my key. I open the door. I go inside the house, and it was in an apartment complex, but I was on the first floor or whatever. So I go on another lady door. I knock. I say, "Hey, do you have a phone that I can use? Something just happened to me." Da, 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 da. She was like, "Oh no, baby, I don't have a phone." So then I go back into my house, and my pants are ripped and everything like that. Like, I had nice pants, man, nice school pants, normal khaki pants, but they were nice. So yeah, they were ripped up and all that, and I was like, dang. So I'm mad. I am heated. But in my mind, I'm thinking that they're gonna circle back. So my instinct was, I went to the kitchen, I grabbed this big old kitchen knife. So I got the kitchen knife or whatever. I'm like, peeking through the blinds or whatever, seeing if they gonna come back and try and rob the house or try and kill me or something. So I got the knife in my hand. So I don't have a phone. I open the door. As soon as I open the door, so if I'm right here and you are right there, let's say there's a gate right here, a long gate. Your apartment complex is all the way over here. There's a long gate right here. So I see him. I'm over here, remember. I see him walking, right? And he took off the ski mask and all that. I see him walking and holding my phone all the way over there. So I have the knife in my hand and I'm outside my house and I say his name loud. I say, ah, ha, ha, ha. I'm not gonna say the name again, but I said his name like, ah, and then he looks and he sees me and he's like, he starts running. He literally starts running. So I'm like, oh my God, he's about to come over here and try and do something. I had a knife in my hand. I shut the door immediately. It was like a patio door, not the main door to the house, but it was like a patio door you could open up and see what's going on. So I got the knife. I closed the door, locked the door, whatever. I'm like so scared, man. So I'm like, oh my God, when are mom and dad gonna be home? Cause they usually come home around this time, right? So about 10 minutes, and yeah, about 10 minutes later, my parents arrived. So I see him there, and I open the door, and my mom comes out the car, and my dad comes out the car, and my brother, and then I'm like, Mom, I just got robbed. My mom was like, what? And my dad was like, huh? So then what we did, they were like, what happened? Da, da, da. I told them what happened. I explained it. About maybe 20 minutes after that, so the police were called or whatever. So they had the police come into our house, right? It's crazy. But it's what you do for your child. So they had the police come into the house. They asked me a couple questions or whatever. They asked me, do I have any pictures? So remember I told you earlier that we were texting on Twitter that one time. He had pictures on Twitter, so I showed him a picture of him. And then they were like, okay, now that we have a picture of him, a name, this and that, and I also had his address because we were friends or whatever, so I knew where he lived, but I didn't know like what room number he lived in. So I gave him all that information. They were like, okay, we're gonna need to bring you down to questioning, like, the interrogation room. you know. So brought me there, and I went there with my dad. So the police officers got in their car. Me and my dad got in our car, and we have followed them down to the police station. Got out the car, went to the police station. My dad was not allowed to come in because you know how when you question somebody or whatever, like you can't have other people because they could be like, "Hey, say this," or "Hey, do that," So they didn't allow that. So went in there, and they said, "Yeah, your dad can't come in," and I was scared. I couldn't have my phone on me, nothing in there, nothing at all. So as soon as I step in there, I'm looking around. I'm like, it literally smelled like poop and pee. Cause you know how like when police officers and everything they interrogate people or whatever, like, oh my god, it's so loud outside. But you know how when you police officers interrogate people, people aren't allowed to use the bathroom or whatever because they think they might try and make up a lie or whatever. So you gotta interrogate them like, did you do this? Did they do that? Da, da, da. So they peeing and pooping on themselves and they leave their marks and all that. So it was so stinky in there. I sat down in the chair, talked to the police officer, asking me questions. Did I know the guy? Were you guys friends? What happened? What time did this happen? I had to write a report by myself. And so I did all that. And I was like, okay, so what happens now? We left out of the precinct, me and my dad, after all the paperwork was filed. So then the next day, no, actually, not the next day, I forgot. It was the same night. They said that they had went over to his place. They found him, and they had like they what? They put him in handcuffs or whatever, and talked to him and stuff, and brought him down to the station. I wasn't gonna go to the station, and they didn't ask me to go to the station. But the whole thing was that they were able to find him, which was good, and they were talking about having to put him in like the bad school, kind of like a detention center, like a bad school or whatever, and he was gonna have a court hearing, and we were gonna go to court, blah blah blah, which never happened, guys. So what happened was, after the whole Twitter thing, when I went back to school, everybody was like, "Oh, I heard what happened between you and the dude. Are y'all cool or whatever?" I was like, "No." Then everybody at school was calling me a snitch and a BAN. A BAN is like, because I don't curse, but a BAN is 3 curse words. Yeah, so they call me a BAN or whatever. And I was feeling terrible about that. Like, people threatening to fight me or whatever, their friends and all of that. Like, come on, the man literally tried to rob me one time, succeeded twice, and thinks he can get away with it, and I'm just gonna go walking free in the neighborhood and like, no, I'm not doing that, boy. So basically, I go home, I tell my parents like what everybody's calling me and what they're saying to me or whatever, and so I get home and they were like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna let you go back to school because this stuff is just too crazy. So from there, they wound up homeschooling me or whatever. So the thing was, during all that time, I didn't have a phone until my dad was like, okay, like this court stuff is taking too long. Like, when's he gonna get his phone back? So my dad wound up getting me a new phone for the time being, and then I went to the police station or whatever. And you know how if you have a lost item that they may have took or found or whatever, so they wound up getting the phone. They said that he broke into the phone, took out the SIM card, tried to unlock it and all that, so I didn't have a SIM card in there. But I went to the precinct, filled out everything. I was able to get my phone back like a year and a half later. So then we just sold that phone or whatever. Like, it was crazy. Wait, Jasmine said people just really be judging on those half rumors. Like, bro, You don't know the whole scene. Like, just, that's what I'm saying. Like, people, they don't know the whole story, Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? Hey, welcome to the stream, everybody that's joining. But yeah, they don't know the whole story. It's like why get involved? That's why I don't agree with that bullying stuff, man. It's not right. You can literally hurt someone or make them hurt themselves by your words. Like being called a snitch and a BAN and all that when I'm at school with people that were supposed to be my friends. Like what do you expect? Like back then, which was like in, let's see, uh maybe like 2012, 2013, or whatever, it was ridiculous, like with the whole snitching thing. Like if I tell on you for doing something wrong, how is that bad? You did something wrong to me, so I'm going to tell someone who can handle it the professional way, because you do not want to handle it that way. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a crazy situation. But yeah, that was basically the story how I got robbed at like 13 or 14, and it's unacceptable. So to you guys out there, if you guys are going through something, definitely speak up, man. Do not let that stuff lay down. Like, watch your back. Always keep your eyes open and everything. Like I'm telling you, search Sidhu Muswala songs English subtitle. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me look that up. Wait. About to react to it. If you guys have anything you want to talk about down below in the comments, hey, feel free, man. Listen, I'm here for you guys. Let's talk. Like, that's what this live stream is really all about. Like, let's talk about some stuff. Jasmine, if you have anything you want to speak on or want me to talk about, hey, go ahead and put that down below for me. VAR. Dang. That's a lot of views, man. That's a lot. Okay, yeah. Just let me know, man. Yeah, of course, man, Jasmine, man.
Yo soy mago, desaparezco. Cuentas tan plenas, muy fuerte como.
Alright, it's just that.
Snappy.
English subtitles. Oh, so for this, the English subtitles are unavailable for this. Yeah, they're unavailable for this one for some reason. Like, come on, man. Of course, like, look at this. Oh, okay. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yo, what's it?
Baby.
We've just arrived live on the scene of
Tell him where you're from, man.
ਉਮਰ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੂਣਾ ਰੁਤਬਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਬਾਲਾ ਇਖਲਾਕੀ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਅੱਧੀ ਕੋਈ ਸ਼ੈ ਬੋਲਦੀ ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆਕੀ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਓ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਰਮ ਦਾ ਤਲੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਫੇ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨ ਐ ਖਵਾਜਾ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਓ ਚੋਬਰ ਦੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂਰ ਦਾ ਸਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਉੱਠੂਗਾ ਜਵਾਨੀ 'ਚ ਜਨਾਜਾ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਓ ਚੋਬਰ ਦੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂਰ ਦਾ ਸਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਉੱਠੂਗਾ ਜਵਾਨੀ 'ਚ ਜਨਾਜਾ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਉਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਆ ਤੁਰਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਪੈੜਾ ਬਣੀਆਂ ਜੱਟ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਤੁਰਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਰਾਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣੇ ਹੋ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਬਣੇ ਨੇ ਚਾਹਤੇ ਬੌਦੀ ਆਈਏ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਖੁਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣੇ ਖੁਦ ਨਾਲ ਖੁਦ ਜਿਹਾ ਖਿੱਤਾ ਚੱਕਿਆ ਬਸ ਕੱਲਾ ਚੱਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਾਜਾ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਆਓ ਚੋਬਰੇ ਤੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂਰ ਦਾ ਸਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ
Listen, if you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, let me know. This song was So you saying he died? Dang.
ਕੋਈ ਜਵਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਤਰੱਕੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਊ ਪਰ ਇੰਨੀ ਛੇਤੀ ਕੋਈ ਮਹਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੱਕਦਾ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਦਾ ਪਲਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਬਦਲੇ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਰਵਾਜਾਂ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਆਓ ਚੋਬਰ ਦੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂਰ ਦਾ ਸਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਉੱਠੂਗਾ ਜਵਾਨੀ 'ਚ ਜਨਾਜਾ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਆਓ ਚੋਬਰ ਦੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂਰ ਦਾ ਸਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਉੱਠੂਗਾ ਜਵਾਨੀ 'ਚ ਜਨਾਜਾ ਮਿੱਠੀਏ ਆਓ ਬਹੁਤਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਹੇਠ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣਿਆ ਬਹੁਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਮਰ
Yeah, let me pause it because I don't I don't want to get copyrighted just yet. But what's hey Jasmine, I actually do have a question for you. So what's one very like what's one of the most traumatic things that has happened in your life, man? You know, I'm here to talk to you guys, talk with you guys. So dang. That's a lot of ammunition. Like, that's actually crazy, man. Yeah, just so you know, there's a delay or whatever. So that's why it takes me a little while to get to your comments. But yeah, let me know. A traumatic situation that happened in your life. Something that heavily affected you. It's actually really good to talk about these things, man. I'm telling you. Craziest thing might be when parents got separated. Dang, man, they got separated. I don't know what it's like to have parents separate. Like I know some people that their parents decided to separate, and that can have a big effect on the offspring, the child, man, because it's like we went to depression or something like that. I used to go to school one day and then not for 4 or 5 days. Like, dang, man, for real. So like with the whole separation thing, because it's like, man, like that's hard. That's honestly difficult. Like I just used to. Dang, man. So like have you guys worked out a like schedule for you to see one parent and to be with the other, and you know? Oh, yeah, I bet it was a hard time, man. Like yeah. Like 13. Dang. So was this recently or like many years ago or something? Like that must be really tough, man. You know, cause it's like, oh, you're seven. Oh, okay. So like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Okay, dang man. Yeah, that's crazy. Cause it's like when parents separate and everything, like you can understand that it might be hard for them to function together. That's something that they learned later on in life when you were born, but it's still like, man, if you have a child, don't you want the child to have a mother and father that's loving? Like, you can't force love, but still, like, I really hope that they work that out, man, because, like, yeah, man, you don't deserve that, man. You know? Like, fact that I came over the situation because I'm tough, maybe. Oh yeah, like you adapted to the situation. Yeah, that's what happens, man. I mean that's the thing. That's what men do. They adapt, and you adapt it. And like I knew that who is wrong and who is right in this situation. Oh, okay. So you already knew who was right and who was wrong. But I mean, so because I really don't know anything about like the separation thing, you know. Like I don't know. Is that the only traumatic thing that's happened to you? Like, do you have another one that you can talk about? Dang, my body is like, oh man. Okay. Yeah, that honestly is crazy, man. Like, dude, I would not have wanted to go through that. Like, because it's like when you live with a parent or whatever, from what I think, if you living with a parent and then you don't see your other parent like that, or the parent you live with always has something bad to say about the other parent, even though you don't want to, it makes you look at the other parent differently because they're the influence. It's like, well, since you live with me, if you don't agree with me, then you know, like I look at you differently, kind of thing. So it's like you don't want to agree with them, but you have to kind of make it look like it. Like that's odd. Like another crazy thing, which I realized now, is that how great of a person was your great grandma. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, yeah, we need more people like your great grandmother now. And it's like, when people pass and everything, you really learn, well, you really feel the impact that they gave and the value that they have. Like, for example, when I lost my aunt, uh it was many years ago. But yeah, when I lost my aunt, man, she had a humongous impact on me. I remember she was in the hospital or whatever, and my family asked me like, did I want to go see her? It wasn't like I just couldn't see her in that state. Like, you know, that's my aunt. My aunt. Like, I see her one way all the time, like constantly smiling, making me laugh, you know, having fun with me, calling me boom da boom and all of that, like, you know, buying me snacks and all that for me and my brother and stuff, walking all the time, like, you know, for example, we would always go to this convenience store and she liked to, you know, play the number. By play the number, I mean like do the lottery and stuff like that. And every time we went, she always say, "Oh, y'all want a snack? Y'all can get a snack. Here, I'm gonna give y'all $5 each. I'm gonna give y'all this amount of dollars each, $7 or whatever." She gave it to us, and then we would get the snack or whatever. And so after that, we would all three of us we would walk up to my grandma's house. And when she got her ticket, and she would let us get a ticket sometimes and cash it in and stuff like that if we wind up winning. And when we were walking up the hill one day, she was like, you know, when I get older, are y'all gonna take care of me? I was like, yeah, of course. Like, come on. And, you know, just looking back at that, like after she passed or whatever, it's like, man, she really had a humongous impact on me. And the thing is, Jasmine and everybody out there, whenever someone passes on, there should always be one main thing that defined who they were and added to your collection of what defines who you are. So, for example, she always taught me just laugh, you know, always try and make the best of things and have fun. Like with the situations that she was in and everything, you know, learn to have fun, learn to laugh. She loved to laugh. She had an amazing laugh, and I loved laughing with her. Like it'd be the times we could laugh and cry and all that, you know, laugh until you cry, man. But yeah, stuff like that. So take that along with you. And Jasmine says, I wasn't really affected because I was just 3 at the time, but now remember her and all my dad tells about how intelligent she was, her perspective of life and all her sayings were just different and facts. Yeah, I know what you mean when you have someone like that, man. She gave me my name and I feel, oh man, now that's touching. She gave you your name? Wow. That's special. Like I wasn't alive when my great grandmother was here. But I know what it's like to have a grandmother's love and all of that. And it's special, man. Like it's really special. Like you know how your mom may make you feel like nice and everything, and just a mother's love is a different love. But now think about a grandmother's love, and then think about a great grandmother's love. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so different. Like I don't know, it's like warm and cuddly and stuff like that, man. You know, it's just very different. She gave me my name and I feel blessed. Yeah, you should feel blessed, man. And I become an artist, or when I will make a brand new meaning. Oh, to honor her legacy, to honor her name. Yes, that's. Oh, I'm marking your words. Yeah, I believe you can do it, man. I'm marking your words. So you like to so you want to become an artist, like what kind of artist do you mean? You mean like doing music? Do you mean entertaining, comedy, singing, dancing? What do you mean by wanting to become an artist? And what kind of brand would you make, like for clothes, for cars, for household items, you know? Let me know, Jasmine. Let me get to know. Make a move, gonna make a move. Oh, you like writing raps? Okay. Do you have anything that I can listen to or anything like that? Although that it just be my hobby. Oh, okay. Yeah. We all have hobbies. Just wanted to- Oh, see, now that's a good thing. Fashion design is a very, very good thing to aspire to. And rap is too, but it's just like, man, in America, the rapping thing, like rappers will tell you, it's just crazy. Like, say you do very good, amazing. And just like the guy that you had me react to, say someone just like, you know, like, oh, look at him, he's doing so good. Hey, how about we take his life and take everything that he has on his person? Like ridiculous stuff like that. It's just crazy, man. You know, that's why being a rapper and everything is hard. But with fashion designing, it really allows you to express yourself, maybe express your heritage, express your feelings, give people the freedom to express their feelings through your clothes and everything like that. Like, man, fashion design would make a big, big, big impact on the world, man. I'm telling you, like, honestly, you know, a humongous impact. You know, fashion and all that. I love that stuff, man. I really, really, really want to see what you come up with. Cause like, I love modeling and acting and stuff like that. Just the whole entertainment business is my thing. So when I hear about like fashion designers, I get excited because, you know, everyone's perspective on fashion is different. You know, everything doesn't always have to be, you know, just crazy or whatever. For example, Kanye and his brands and stuff like that, it's actually like really simple, but it's clean and it says something. You know, expensive, simple fashion. It's like that's when you give the customer or the consumer the opportunity to express themselves through your clothing. You make something plain and simple, but you like you keep it cool, you know? So it gives them the option to, okay, I can put this with this. Or people can see me for who I really am because I have on simple clothing. Now, when you have on the flashy clothing and all of that, like boom, 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 no one really pays attention to you. They pay attention to your clothes, or ooh, look at the diamonds on that, look at that, like raccoons or something. But when you make simple clothing, that's the kind of clothing I like. People get to focus on you and your beauty, and you make the clothes pop. You express your feelings, or that person expresses their feelings through your clothing. You know, that's a powerful thing to do, Jasmine, man. So yeah, I definitely want to see what you have to come up with. Oh my God, my body is like so restless right now. Like I can't get comfortable. But so let's go to the next you know, let's go to the next yeah, exactly, man. It's just a distraction. Let's go to another important topic. So, well, not a topic, but another relationship, because that's what we talking about right now. Until we get some more people in here. So, okay, with that relationship that I told you about earlier, I didn't count that as a real relationship. I've only had 2 real relationships, and I'm gonna tell you about the first real one. Okay, now this is an interesting one, kind of. But the second one is even more interesting, but you'll hear that soon. So, oh man, I was in high school, which was like, yeah, not too long ago actually. So I was in high school or whatever, and you know, during the pandemic, I couldn't stand it. It was so difficult, like to get a girl or anything for 2 years. 2 weeks of that COVID stuff literally turned into 2 years. Like, I was literally looking for a girl or whatever. And I was on a Zoom call and I seen this girl and she had it all in her. She had Italian in her, but she had a lot of I forgot what to call it. She was Peruvian. Oh my God, yeah, she had a lot of Peruvian in her, white, black, and all that. I was like, dang. So you know how on the Zoom call or Google Meet or whatever, you can like email them. So that's what I was doing. That was my way of getting girls, you know, trying to make things work. So I emailed her and I was just like, hey, like I just said, hey. She was like, hey. And I was like, you know, getting to know her, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Told her she looked good. I thought she was cute and stuff. So I wound up getting her Instagram. We texted on there, got her number. Boom, boom, boom. We FaceTimed every day during school and all that, and we respected each other. She was amazing at school. And I would play the guitar for her on FaceTime. I told y'all about that, like y'all know. That's the secret weapon. But, so, yeah. Then we wind up, like, dating. And I remember we had our first date. Yeah. Spectful, we had our first date. Got to meet her mom, got to meet her little brother. You know, Fortnite was absolutely destroying the world back then. During COVID and all that, man, Fortnite was popping still. So me and the little brother played Fortnite or whatever. He was cool and stuff like that. And then her mom was cool. Her dad was pretty chill. Like, usually you expect the dad to be like, hey, you dating my daughter, you know, but he was just like relaxing, laying back. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, my name's so-and-so and I'm blah, blah, blah. You know, like, tell me how was your 2022 and what you do, what changes you made to yourself and what did you learn and all in 2022. Okay, that's a great question, Jasmine, because you already know the year's about to end. It is December. So let's see, 2022. 2022, I really learned about independence more. So let's start in January. In January, I acquired a job as a security officer, and that job recently ended because what kind of amusement park is going to be open in the winter, you know, unless it's like with ice and stuff. So yeah, that recently ended. I was a security guard. I got hired as a security guard back in January, and it was at Six Flags. And so, yeah, I did security, and it really taught me independence. Like, it wasn't like no kid job or nothing. You had like adults and stuff. You had to work with adults, learn how people work. And to be honest, man, it's no different from working with like people your age, because no matter how old you are, how young you are, whatever, your size, your gender, people can literally act like bots, man. And I mean bots. Like, people can just be like odd, like don't know what they talking about. They can act so immature. So I learned a lot about independence. Like, I remember before I got the job, oh my God, I was terrified for some reason, because I hear all these stories on the news about like when these women and kids and stuff would get inside of a Lyft or Uber, they would get snatched up or taken to someone's house or killed or something. And I didn't want that to be me. But my dad wasn't always able to take me to work, even though he did like a whole lot of the time. But sometimes when he couldn't, I would have to take a Lyft, because I didn't know anybody to give me a ride until later on. So I had to get in the lift. I overcame my fear of that. I was making way more money than I did in my other job, like a nice decent amount, maybe like, honestly, man, like $4 more an hour. Like, yeah, I was making something good for myself. You know, it was new. It was the highest paying job I had ever had. So, yeah, I learned a lot about money and the value of it. Like, you know, I'm up here thinking like, you know, listen, baby, I'm a security guard. You know, I make this amount. Literally, man, I'm telling you, I made about so at my job you could get paid every week. A week, I made about like 300, 350 a week or whatever. Hey, Daz, what's going on, Daz? Hey, man, missed you, man. Can you start to? Yeah, we just talking about like life right now, Dad. So if you got anything you want to talk about, just let me know, man. Can you start your live early? Like, you know, my schools are starting. I sleep early. So I don't want to miss the game. Yeah. I can do that. Yeah, that's definitely doable over here, Jasmine. I can do that. So listen, y'all. So basically, I was learning about money and stuff. Like, I was making like $350 a week and stuff like that, and you know, it was okay, but I'm up here like, dang, I'm making this much. And usually every 2 weeks at my other job, which was Dunkin' Donuts, I was making $200, $250 at max every 2 weeks. I think the most I ever made at my security job was like almost $1,000 in like a week and a half or whatever. And I was real proud of myself, but it really taught me the value of money, how to manage things. Like the little stuff got hard to pay for. You know, like say you got an Amazon Prime membership. I don't pay my phone bill. I've never paid my own phone bill before, but stuff like Amazon Prime. You got a game subscription, man. You want that new Fortnite Battle Pass, that new Call of Duty Battle Pass. That stuff was hard to do, like how to manage and everything. But I learned about it. I'm not great at it, but you know, I definitely grew from where I was. In 2022, I also Des, if you don't know, basically we talking about what we had learned in 2022, how we're growing. So, and that's for all the people out there. But I haven't been in a relationship at all this year, and man, that independence thing is so important. Like, I'm really starting to learn this year that without money, you can really never be in a real relationship. Okay, this isn't the pagans times and all that. Oh, Ethel, will you marry me? Like, this is none of that. Like, this is like real life, the modern day. So it's like, you know, you would have to, you gotta have money. Like, women want a man. You know, I'm trying to get money for 2K. I'm Madden 23, but don't nobody want to get the thing or do something because I'm too young. I know what you mean. Like, you know how when you go on a group post or whatever, people be like, oh, game share this game with me, game share that game, and don't nobody want to do it or whatever. I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how you feel. I went through the same thing, man, before. I promise you. So, like, yeah, this year, you know, like you talking about, Des, what I'm seeing from your comment is that people are looking down on you because of your age. But obviously, as you get older, you're going to learn, like, you know, you have an independent side. You are an independent man. Like, you got this, man. I'm telling you. You know, I can't say don't worry about them because, man, we need people, honestly, in our lives. But if they're speaking negatively about you or whatever, or saying you can't play this game because you're too young, whether it be if it's a friend or whatever, don't worry about them. But if it's like a parent or an adult or something, you know, show them that you can be mature, man. Show them that the whatever. Like I don't know who's telling you that. If you could tell me, that'd be a big help. But you know, just y'all gotta show people that you guys can be independent, man. You remember Carson from that? Who do this? Yeah, yeah, I do. You start the line. Yeah, I can. So basically, uh, so okay, it's not called the American Standard Time. And who is Carson? You talking about the white guy? Des? Yeah, but so in America we have different like times. You have Pacific, Eastern, da 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 da. So over here where I'm at is called EST. EST. So over here, EST, which is Eastern Standard Time, is currently 1:53. Dang. How did Des, how do you know that guy? Because I didn't know him. Like Carson? No, I didn't know him, man. I don't know who that is. Well, I know who you're talking about, but like, you know, I don't know specifically like about him or whatever. You know. Do you know him? But yeah, so it's called EST over here. So EST is currently 1:53. So yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna look that up after this stream, and then I'm gonna schedule myself for tomorrow to start streaming around there. So I make sure you don't miss out, cause man, I'm not at the level. Well, even if I was, I'm not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna stream anytime I want. I'm gonna upload, do this anytime I want. No, I'm a communist. I love my community. I love talking to you guys and spending time with you guys. You know, talking to you guys. So if you guys need me to get on and stream at this time, okay, I got you, man. We got 12:24 a.m. in India. 12. Jeez, a.m. Okay, so right now it's 1:54 p.m. over here. 1:54 p.m. So honestly, you might be a day ahead or a day behind. Before you saw me on Monkey, he was the last person I seen before. Oh, really? How did y'all conversation go, Daz? Like was he doing that stuff? That bounce that, you know? What was he doing the same stuff for you or whatever? All right, I'm gonna see you tomorrow at 9. My bad. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, Jazz Meat. Bye, babe. Everybody say bye to Jazz Meat, man. We'll miss him, man. I'll see you tomorrow, of course. Made a move, should've made a move. What to do? Don't know what to do. I can actually do already choose. Yeah. You skipped me. Oh, he was being racist? Really? Dude, no way. Oh my god. That's so crazy. Like, you know, it's not hard to tell, but I was so focused on making a video that I didn't even know about that. Like, honestly, man, like, it's so crazy. But Des, tell me, what's one bad experience that you've had so far in life, so we can talk about it. What's one bad experience that you've had in life that you're comfortable with sharing, and we can talk about it? Bye. Made a move, should've made a move. What do? Listen, I could get sturdy for y'all. I'm telling you. But I don't have the space to right now. So I'm trying to get a new PC, so you know things can start working out for me. Oh yeah, make sure you guys like the stream, man. That helps me out a lot. If you guys aren't already subscribed. Dude, what is going on with my body right now? I'm so sorry for leaning back and looking like I'm just slumped over, y'all. But like honestly, man, like I'm just relax. I really haven't had one. Not that I know of. Oh, okay. You haven't had one. Okay. You haven't had one yet. Okay, tell me one of the best experiences you had. Everything doesn't have to be bad. Tell me about one of the best ones you had. Yes. Made a move, should've made a move. What to do? Don't know what to do. Let me see. Man, of course, man. Like I can literally get on there right now. I'm just trying to, talk to y'all, man. I just really want to get to know my subs. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. I don't see your name, but if you could please make sure you what's wrong with my body, man? Listen. If you could please comment down below in the comment section, man, I really appreciate it. But thank you so much for the sub, man. Like, oh my God, you're one of my babes now. You know that, right? Hey, babe. Hey. So, listen, you're one of mine now. Okay. Your little self belongs to me. So, welcome. I'm happy to have you here, man. When I found out my grandma... Oh, man. For real? I can't even lie, Des. Now, listen to me, man. Hear me out. So when I was younger and I saw all the cancer stuff on TV and everything, I was just like, I don't know how people get that. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time, like I promise you. But when my mom got it, and then when she passed, it changed my whole perspective. Now, anytime I hear about, people beating cancer just like your grandma, man, bless her, man. Like, for real, man. Like, dang, man. Congratulations to Arthur's. I mean, it's hard because I see a name, but congratulations to Dez's grandmother for beating that, man. Like, honestly, like, that's very, very good, man. Because, you be thinking like, you too good to catch some disease like that or whatever, but then you wind up catching it, and it's like, dang. And then if you wind up passing from it, it really teaches you, like, that stuff isn't a game. None of these sicknesses are a game. Like that leukemia and stuff, man. I'm just thankful that your grandmother made it, man. I really, really am. But, yeah, if there is any question or anything you guys would like to talk about down below, it can literally be anything. I don't care if you said last night acting, I put nose. Wait, whoa, what's wrong with me? But acting last night, I put a slice of pizza on my nose and I ate it like this as it went down into my mouth. We can literally talk about that. It doesn't matter. I'm here for you guys. You guys can talk about anything. A girl, a guy, whatever. Like, it can literally be anything. But yeah. So yesterday I wasn't having such a good day, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because it was like when things don't go your way at a certain time, it messes with you a little bit, man. It's but you know, when I went live last night, it just brought my mood up, man. You guys brought my mood up. Whoever I met, whoever was in here, all my subs, you know, you guys brought my mood up a lot. And for that, I literally had a great night. I like stayed up to like 3 in the morning, played some games or whatever. You know, it was great, man. It was honestly amazing, dude. But yeah, y'all. So yeah, that the cancer thing is really serious, man. My mom passed away from stage 4 cervical cancer back in 2019. Saddest, most heart-wrenching, not moment, but continuous moment of my life. Like, okay, obviously I'm not like, you know, crying every 5 minutes now and stuff like that, but man, like, that will forever be in my heart, man. So, you know, Des, when I definitely hear about things like that, props, honestly. But yeah, I always wondered that. Like, my mom, see, the thing is, like, I don't know about your grandmother's health, Des, but my mom was extremely healthy. And my question to you guys or to anybody, like where in the world do you get cancer? Like where does that come from? Like, I'm honestly about to look that up. Hold on. Let me make this smaller. Alright, let me look it up. Well, no, not where. How? How do you get? It says, alright, I'm gonna read it for y'all. Cancer is caused by certain changes to genes, the basic physical units of inheritance. So, it's basically saying that you get it because of your heritage, and if the genes change in a negative way, that's how you get it. So basically, genes are arranged in long strands of tightly packed DNA called chromosomes. Cancer is a genetic disease that is caused by changes to genes that control the way our cells function, especially how they grow and divide. So it says that yeah. I'll get on, Monkey Man. I'll get on. Hold on. Made it move. What it do? Yeah, I'm gonna get on Monkey for you, man. All right. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can wait. My camera wasn't working. 1 second. See if it'll work now. Sorry about the black camera screen, you guys. Should be working now. Yeah, there we go. Made it move, should made it move. What to do? I don't know what to do. Hello?
Hello?
What's going on? Why y'all looking at me like that? Like I'm lost or something? You know?
You look lost.
I look lost? What does lost look like?
You look like confused.
Huh?
I look confused. Talking about something, I look confused. What? What am I like?
I missed it.
I missed the I know what he was about to do. Funny man, funny man.
Bro, what the fuck? You named after a cigarette, bro. What the hell?
Who, me?
Oh, hell no.
Me?
Bro, you built like a Marlboro. Marlboro Black.
My name isn't Marl. All people want to talk about is me.
Single fan you thought that you had, you had better tell them you've been living a lie. No, homie, I am not kidding, bitch. I am finna bring out what's been hidden inside. Pray to God you get found by a label just so they can sign.
Don't know what to do. Made a bounce, made a bounce. Hello? You know, my ex had a similar name. If that was my ex, man, I was about to be like, what to do? I don't know what to do. Okay, y'all. I'm getting off this monkey thing because it's like, it's so bad right now. That's why I only get on monkey at night, man, because it gets way better. You know. So sorry about that, Dez, man. So sorry about that, man. But yeah, we can definitely keep talking. Ooh. So let's talk about gun violence or just violence. Like, all right, let me find the image. So, abuse in relationships. So, like, any of these images, for example. So, like, if listen, ladies, men, because honestly, after seeing Blueface Girl, Krishan Rock, you've really learned that, like, any of these women could, like, abuse you, man. I'm telling you. So, how I feel about violent relationships, it's like you shouldn't have to put your hands on a woman, especially a woman, but your girl. Dang, you know everybody on Monkey, don't you, Dez? You must be the president of it, man. No way I was just on there with her. But yeah, so like, there should be no reason unless you are literally like being harmed, like charge that with a weapon, a deadly weapon or something, like why you should be hitting your partner or whatever. So I carry this into all relationships. I feel like her user was crazy, and dang, man, for real. Hey, listen, welcome to the stream, everybody that's joining, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, so when you in a relationship, I treat this, well, not treat this, I do this with everyone. You know how you have the ground and we stand on it? But we literally live on a planet that is drifting in space. But yet we have this piece of ground, this big piece of ground, this humongous amount of dirt and land everywhere on this planet that we can walk around, we can do stuff, we can go places. You have to treat a relationship the same. You have to create a foundation that you guys can stand on. And so when you guys can stand on it, that means you don't go below the foundation. Like literally, the only way that the ground, like all over the planet, will go away is if like the planet crashed into another planet, or a meteor hit us, or the sun blew us up or something. But it's like other than that, that's not gonna happen, literally. So when you're in a relationship, you have to set the foundation. When people get in these relationships, they make a weak foundation. It's basically like they walking around in like a swamp area or a marsh or something. So you can't do that. That's weak. You're not stepping on anything solid. You don't have anything solid to step on. So for example, let's take that weak little foundation you have as y'all talk any kind of way to each other. You guys don't mind if this person sleep with that person. You guys hit on each other. You guys get mad at each other. Blah, 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 blah. Like, no, that's weak. But say if you actually took the time and you established a strong foundation with your partner. And so now you and your partner have this foundation of, okay, we don't hit each other. We don't call each other names. We don't fight. We just discuss things like that. Because it's like, for example, when parents feel like, oh, I'm gonna beat your butt if you do this to their kids or whatever, you should not have to spank your child to get them to listen. In my mind, that's like slave status right there. Like whipping them, beating them into submission and all that. You shouldn't have to do that. We're humans. We are the smartest being on the planet. So if we're the smartest being on the planet, why do we have to resort to animal instincts and all of that, which is to fight for what we want or fight to get what we want? Like, no, that's not acceptable. So we need to normalize talking, people. If we're having like that's what I learned with my family. Like, if we're having a tough time or whatever, just talk to me. That's all we can do. There is no escaping me. There is no escaping you. We all live on the same planet. You're going to be here either way. So instead of like living distant or far apart or not talking to each other, man, you know what? Why don't we just talk this out? Let's talk. By having a conversation, we can establish what happened, why it happened, different boundaries that we can make and everything, and get back together. That's why, when people in relationships, how in movies they be like, oh, I know there's still some good left in you, that's the good character talking to the evil character or whatever. But it's true. Like, whenever people break up, I'm the type of person, I always believe that they can get back together, because they really can, man. You guys just have to talk it out, sort some stuff out, talk it out with yourselves or talk it out amongst each other. If you having beef with a person, like, for example, the guy who robbed me or whatever, if they wanted to talk about something or talk it out, listen, I will talk. Of course, I'm not going to look at you the same, but that doesn't mean we still cannot function on the same planet together, in the same vicinity, in the same class, at the same job, in the same house. We can still function together. All we have to do is talk. Okay, let's talk. Like say somebody betray you. First, they apologize or whatever, Then they hear your piece on how it made you feel. Then you talk about what you think needs to happen. And then you guys establish something from there. But all of that, let's fight it out and all of that. I need to get my anger out. I was watching a video the other day, and I was watching DDG. Listen. I love DDG, man. I love you, DDG, for real. Like, literally, you're my favorite YouTuber ever. But I was watching him, and he was talking about the whole Pretty Boy Fredo beef and all of that. And when I was looking at it, he said, oh, we just need to fight and let me get my ones out and stuff like that. And I didn't agree with that because I feel like through whatever situation, you can just talk it out. You don't have to physically do something with your hands or your legs or your limbs or anything to get anger out. You just have to like know yourself, and you and that other person can talk about it. Like honestly, you know how on YouTube, like all these beefs and stuff and problems that people even have in real life is all to make some kind of income, to make some kind of revenue. But you don't even have to do all that. Y'all can literally sit down like some men, sit down like some human beings, and y'all can just talk it out. It's no reason why anybody should have to fight. If you have a problem, if you think a certain kind of way, you can talk about it. So it's all about building that foundation. You don't want no swampy, marshy foundation that you're moving around in. You want something solid, like the ground we stand on. You know how fast we're moving, being on this planet. You know how fast the earth rotates, but yet we have this ground, we have our gravity and all that. It keeps us stable. We have flat ground we can walk on, something solid, something strong enough to hold up all the human beings on this planet, and we can function and live good lives. But now imagine if we didn't have the gravity, if we didn't have a solid ground and we just had dirt and marshlands and all that. Like, it'd be hard to live, y'all. So yeah, I just gotta learn to not resort to that with your fist and all that. You gotta, learn to talk stuff out. Like, I'm telling you, it's been plenty of situations where you can be so upset, but when you get out of that moment, man, it's like, like you really feel like you can make it through anything. Like, the worse the situation gets, like, you really can. You can talk stuff out. Like, there's been things that I have gone through, and I literally was like, I'm never talking to this person again. I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing that again. I don't agree when people say, oh, I'm never doing this again, because you can't say never. All you got to do is figure out what went wrong, and then you can solve it. Like, let me make an example. So, where was I at? So basically, I had this problem at my job. I'm not gonna say his name or whatever, but yeah, I had this problem in my job, and it all had to do with this girl, man. You know how girls get everything mixed up and try and twist their words around and all of that. So I'm on the phone talking to this girl, and she was like, oh, did this person say something about me? I'm like, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you, but I told her, I said, listen, I'm not gonna gossip or what it is or whatever. I'm gonna just say yes or no and leave me out of it. Don't mention my name, don't do this, don't do that, being trusting once again. So I wound up doing that, and she wound up telling somebody the next day. I was like, listen, you gotta learn how to relax. So next day, I show up to work and everything. Cool, man. It was a cool day. It was like in the summer or whatever, like 70 degrees outside. But yeah, so I got sent on break, and me and this other dude, we got sent on break together, and we ordered our food, and we sat down, talked about talked about doing this, talked about doing YouTube and like goals and plans and stuff. I'm just sitting there eating, listening to music and talking at the same time. And then out of nowhere, this dude is like, oh, keep my name out your mouth, I said, for one, who are you talking to? Said number two, no one's talking about you, man. And later on, he found out he was dead wrong. So then we went to the supervisor or whatever, and I explained to them what happened. I was being professional. See, he did that in front of a ton of people at the job we work at. I'm not about to get fired or laid off because of because you can't control your emotions or whatever. So we went to the supervisors and stuff like that, and I explained my way. Then he apologized, all that, boom, boom, boom. And a lot of people at the job, they knew that we didn't mess with each other and that things went wrong. But for some reason, after this, he wanted to be so cool. But in my mind, I was like, man, the man literally disrespected me and all this. I'm never talking to him again, right? And of course, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way about him for what he did. But you can't say you'll never talk to somebody again, because it's like, you guys can work it out. You know, being at work and everything, we had to coexist in the same area. If there's something going on, I have to talk to you. If there's a problem happening, we have to communicate about it. And you can't do your job right. You can't perform right in any fashion of life if you don't know how to communicate with somebody. But in order to communicate, you can't have a negative mindset. So if we up here talking about a problem and we got to go solve an issue between this guest and this guest, but the whole time I'm like in my mind, and I'm like, man, like, you know, I don't even like you. Like why am I doing this? I'm not going to take the job seriously or whatever. So if I don't take the if I don't like you or whatever, I'm not. You know it affects you out in the field. Like, say you're in the army, got a problem with a soldier or something like that. Y'all can't execute the job right unless you guys have true teamwork. So I learned that a lot this year. Like, learning to coexist with people, and you know, you can't say you'll never talk to somebody or never do this or never do that. Like I say, you just have to figure out the problem and then learn the solution, like learn how you're gonna go back at it. So I didn't, of course I didn't like him for some days or whatever, but we wound up being cool and stuff. Like, well, not cool, but I was able to coexist with him. I wasn't his best friend or nothing, like, oh yeah, let's do this. When he say what's up or dap me up, I'd be like, oh, hey, what's going on, man, how you doing? If he was like the leader of the area we were in, I would ask him like, you know, respectfully, hey, can I go do this? Hey, can I go do that? I wasn't like, you know what, I'm just gonna go because I don't even like him, or I'm gonna just do it because we don't even talk. I'm not going to do that. So like, yeah, this year I learned how to coexist with people, man. So to you guys, like, you guys don't have to resort to violence, man. And that goes for everybody, not even just with the relationships, with the guns and everything. Like, right now, the trend for you crazy psychos out there is to like kill other rappers. Stop that, man. Listen, I know the stuff that they have is nice, and I'm not talking about like spoiled kids, you know. And most of the times, you know, not being racist is just like spoiled white kids or whatever. But a lot of the times in the black community, a lot of the rappers are black. So it's like, you guys have to stop hating because they got theirs a certain way. You know, they started out with nothing. Why can't you start out with nothing? You know, you just wanted the quick and easy way, but that's not even quick and easy. If you go and you kill and rob somebody, like what do you think this is, man? Like, honestly, like, do you think you're gonna, like, you know, time skip out of some place or whatever? Or like, I forgot what that thing is. Shoot, man, I forgot. But yeah, y'all can't like hop to another planet or whatever. Like, that's not happening. So where are you gonna go? Like, people are gonna find out. You're literally gonna end up in jail just because you wanted to flex with a little watch for like 3 or 4 hours before the police catch up to you. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, that's evil. Like, taking someone's life over the things, the material items that they have is just wrong. Like, you guys can get that, but even if you don't get that, it's like there's way more valuable stuff in life than materialistic things. Like, I'm telling y'all, there's so much more. Like, can you think about if you don't get rich or whatever, and you don't have a lot of money, like that the rappers do or whatever, just think about the feeling you may have when you find someone you really truly love, how that might feel. Or the kind of love you may have when you finally get kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's way more to life than the money and, you know, taking it material items. Like, you're literally gonna end up in jail and all that. Like, that's ridiculous, man. But yeah, you guys, y'all gotta stop doing that, man. Like, that's actually crazy. You know, you gotta learn. You can get it yourself. Because it's not that hard to go and do something to somebody. Like, I'm on here because, you know, I like doing it and everything, but I honestly want a better life for myself and all that. You don't see me out here, you know, pushing or anything, or robbing this person or doing this to this person or whatever. It's not going to get you anywhere in life. And number two, if you are any kind of man, that's like cheating. Oh, I killed somebody and took their stuff, now it's mine, huh? Like, no. That's not even real. A real man will get his stuff from the ground up and excel and then show it off. That's why a lot of these rappers, you know, buy all these iced out chains and all these cars and everything, because they have a lot to show for it. Now, I don't agree with it, for the simple fact is, like, you know, the kind of world we live in and people hate and stuff like that, but still, they want to show off what they've obtained. You know, they come from nothing. A lot of people come from nothing. Really, we all come from nothing when we born. But you know, they want to show off big for it, and it's just crazy how, you know, you crazy people out there will hate on them and take their life for what they've achieved, and you think that makes you better or like them or whatever. Not at all. It actually puts you beneath them, like, for real. So you guys gotta really stop doing that, man. But oh yeah, it's 2:30, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate each and one of you who have subscribed, commented, liked, watched the stream. I'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm 9 subscribers away from hitting 400, you guys. Please help me reach that goal. And